like 720 or something, and I was like, each EV charger is like having a dryer. It's the same load. All
I was
right.
watching a really old thing where Musk was talking, and the Tesla superchargers will be free forever. I'm like, huh, well, that didn't work.
If you bought the right car with the lifetime, it was, but it's not.
Was it?
All. Yeah, there's he'll routinely like switch back and forth and be like, if you buy it, you get it for life. I'm like, if you can swing it, keep it for life.
Yeah, right.
My goodness.
All right, these are both back on, John.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get you.
So all three of these are two-toed Linnaeus sloths. There are Linnaeus sloths and there are Hoffman's sloths that are both two-toed. Almost everything you see in the States is going to be Linnaeus because the Hoffmans are far more rare. She hates to be touched on the belly side. Even though she pulls your hand over there, she hates to be touched on the belly side. But she just wants to hold your hand. She's not being mean or anything.
Okay.
And the three-toed sloths, three-fingered sloths, are very, very rare in the States for the same reason that koalas are very rare in the States, and that is their diet. So if you are going to keep koala bears, they tell you that for 1 to 4 koala bears, you need to budget $600,000 a year to feed them.
Oh my goodness.
Which is essentially the price of jet fuel to fly back and forth every other day and bring back fresh eucalyptus leaves. Because there's nowhere in the States you can grow eucalyptus leaves, and that's the only thing they eat. Well, three-toed sloths eat pretty much exclusively Sarcopia leaves, and there are no Sarcopia groves in the continental U.S. So if you see a three-fingered sloth in the continental U.S., somebody's got some serious money into their diet.
Sorry, dude. I got to hold the little one, and I'm taking care of you too. There you go.
So when they first come here, they weigh about 1.5 pounds. So he has doubled in size since he came here.
Okay. You like these green beans. You really like those green beans, don't you, buddy?
He does. His 3 favorite things are apples and bananas, hard-boiled eggs, and then his 4th favorite is green beans.
Okay.
He doesn't like, oh, I skipped one, mangoes. He is crazy about a mango.
You're just chilling. Yeah.
You gonna try to take my phone? You just want another green bean, don't you? I'll get you another green bean.
So the sloth, on Sloth Keeper, the sloths don't seem like they're into it. You know, I cut them off at their 2-hour limit. But if they're just chilling, you know, we're not handing them person to person during this encounter, which is, you know, the only thing that really I feel like has the potential to stress them, that or a stressed out person.
Yeah.
But if you're just relaxed, normal people and you're not handing them all around,
Right.
they would just as soon sit with you as sit with a staff member, and they sit with staff members for hours a day. Counting my wife as a staff member.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am slacking up on feeding you green beans, dude. I am slacking. What kind of grandmother am I? Uh-oh. There's only one green bean left. Well, you decide to change your mind?
It's like you are fast enough.
Go, buddy. Go, buddy. There you go. Whoa. You saw that, didn't you? No, you didn't. I know you can't see. But
Heard it.
You heard it.
Heard it.
Knows the
That is a
sounds.
fact. You heard it. You ready for sound? There you go. Oh.
So I guess you guys have been watching us long enough that you remember when this room was all brown.
Yes.
I only went back. I've only been watching for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because I just
Oh.
told
I
her
didn't
2
go
weeks
back
ago
and
where
watch
she was going to go.
Tiffany Benz, her signature's over there. That's who came and painted this mural into this room.
Okay, so
She's down out of Atlanta.
it looks beautiful.
And she did a nice job.
That's awesome.
There's Baku behind the door.
Yeah. Okay, I'm working on it.
Baku's wild man.
I'm I'm working.
I'm a child of or a teenager of the 80s, so
Oh, me
his
too.
name is Bakugan. When I get a new one, when I find him a girlfriend, it's gonna be Shaka Khan. I keep saying I'm gonna get these animals their walkout music because we'll have Bakugan and Shaka Khan.
There you
So
go.
that one's an obvious one. And then Prince Ali over there is the baby camel, and so that one's obvious. And then Blackjack, might do, or the kangaroos, either one. We could do like jumping jack, flash.
Oh, yeah.
Flash, gas, gas,
Yeah.
gas, gas, gas. And then the cute squad down there on the end, the black llama is Llama Del Rey. And the gray alpaca is Tyler, because that is a dude that looks like a lady. And so that one will be obvious on his walkout music.
Oh, that would be
That is
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, my kids are the only kids that know all 70s and 80s music
I
because
do.
of me.
Yeah.
That's all they ever heard of in the car. That's it.
Well, when we were with Dad, he would only listen to like old school country.
Yeah.
So Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline, Charlie Pride, grew up with all those.
Mm-hmm.
You find my shoe, buddy?
I was in nuclear power school in Orlando, Florida in 1989. And 1988, the early part, so 1990 is when Winger became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Kip Winger was the singer of the house band at the Mariner Club before they made it big as Winger.
What is he doing?
And
He's just checking out your feet and your ankles.
yeah, he's just like, got any ants around here anywhere? He's like, he's a digging animal. He loves to dig.
Feel it, buddy.
If you want me to get rid of him, I will.
No, he's fine.
It's, your,
So-
I just couldn't see him.
it's the color of your shoe.
I was supposed to start nuclear power school. I think it was March, maybe. I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
And they kept classing up from A, starting the alphabet from A. So I missed 3 classes in a row because I'm a W. So I was sitting there for like 7 or 8 months doing absolutely nothing except sorting trash, looking for confidential material in the trash, which we may or may not have taken very seriously at all. And all of the concerts used to start in Orlando. So in that 7 or 8 months, we saw Winger Warrant, Van Halen, ZZ Top, Rush, Motley Crue,
Oh, golly.
Def Leppard,
Yeah.
Joan Jett repeatedly. We saw, I think my favorite concert that we saw that year was the Rush Presto concert. And I was not even a fan of Rush
Man, they,
until I saw those 3 guys
they can
make
jam.
all that music
Yes.
with 3 of them.
Yep.
And you got Geddy Lee up there playing a keyboard with his bare feet while he's playing the bass and singing the song.
Yeah.
And then you got Neil Peart over there just going absolutely bananas on a set of drums. Did you see the HBO concert where Neil Peart did a drum solo that lasted for like half an hour, and it was,
No.
Oh my goodness.
oh, you gotta look that up
I
sometime.
would,
It was an
'cause they-
HBO special that was just him, just playing drums, and he didn't get tired of it in half an hour.
No.
And his set of drums ringed all the way
All the
around
way
him.
around him, yeah.
So he would like rotate along and
That's crazy.
around and play these ones and those ones and that, and it was just, I mean, it was just the most amazing thing.
They've done
And,
a good show.
That was the same year that Nikki Sixx was flying around in a drum set that he was strapped into, and you know, it would fly around the stadium.
This is
and-
scratch.
Ew, it tickles.
Oh,
That drum set would go upside down and backwards and fly around in the air, and he's all strapped into it, and like his
and it never stops. Though.
his
Continue.
banana
Wow.
hammock strapped into his drum set,
Yeah.
and Bon Jovi. That was the year that he had. That was the New Jersey Bon Jovi New Jersey concert, and he would come flying out like on this trapeze sort of. I mean, it went all around and he'd fly all over the stadium and sing.
Who else
and-
flew in concert? Kiss, when they were in concert. Gene Simmons, Ace Frehley. Who's, I can't tell you the other one's name right off the top of my head because I can't remember. But he used to always fly around. Garth Brooks, when he started in concert, he just take a run and leap and he was flying all, holding on by one hand. He didn't even have a safety thing. He just grabbed the rope by one arm and just flew all around the stage.
I was never a country guy until I married my wife. And we, in Virginia Beach, we bought the country super ticket that you saw all of the,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
at the
amphitheater.
amphitheater
Yep.
there. Yeah. We bought ourselves that for Valentine's Day one year, and that was the year that Leanne Rimes was a warm-up artist,
Hmm.
and Taylor Swift was a warm-up artist back when she was a cute little country girl.
Yeah.
And Kenny Chesney was a warm-up guy. And
Oh, you're aging yourself.
yeah. Well, we got married in, oh boy, I can't be on live not remembering when I got married. December 26th of 95.
Okay.
So that would have been just before, just after, either the year before or the year after we got married. I guess must have been 96 that we did that.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure what year it was, but it was the year that Leanne Rimes and Taylor Swift and Kenny Chesney and all the big names now were all the warm-up artists that
Yep.
year.
He was really fascinated with your ankles.
I know, but it tickles.
He's a funny little guy. He is a Brazilian rainforest animal.
So is he different from the armadillos that you see in Texas?
Armadillos in the continental U.S. they call them 7 or 9 banded armadillos. They're the same animal though. They have a various number of bands. All 3 banded armadillos have 3. So he's got his front half is this and his back half is that. And then he's got 1, 2, 3 bands that open and close. And that's skin, it's not a shell, you can feel them.
Yeah, that's
That's crazy.
that is
He's
crazy.
got little hairs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin was showing us that.
And that's the only kind that make a complete ball.
And so as
Oh,
soon
yeah.
as you picked him up, he went to self-defense mode and
Yeah.
curled up in a ball.
Yeah, and if he clamps down on your finger, good night.
You're in trouble.
It's not a good thing. You're like, oh, I don't want to hurt you, but you need to let go. But yeah, head, tail. And when you turn him up, he just comes right out. Ibaku. And I like the way his ears go. So in the corner of that room in there, there's a dirt box. And he likes to eat bugs. So we get bugs shipped in from Josh's Frogs. So like these ones are mealworms and these ones are black soldier fly larvae, and then we get housefly pupa and superworms and wax worms and all the different insects. We sprinkle them out one by day in that box in there, and then you leave them in there and they wake up out of the refrigerator, and then they dig down, and then he just digs all after them.
Okay. So these are like in a comatose state,
Yeah,
and then
basically.
they warm up?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so when you put these things in the fridge, they just are out. So like this little box comes with 500
Oh my
little,
goodness.
those are mealworms that are in there,
Okay,
and they're just asleep when they're in the fridge.
okay, they're not for you, baby.
Who would have known how many bugs I would order in the mail? So this afternoon, I'll be out doing the fly predators. So the reason that we don't have flies on this farm is the fly predators and barn swallows. So we don't discourage barn swallows from living in our barn, the other barn up there. And in the spring, about 40 will show up, and by the end of the summer, there will be a solid 200 in there.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
And each barn swallow will eat a third of its body mass every day, and their favorite food is mosquitoes. So normally, sitting around a fire, I'm the one person out of 10 that's just getting destroyed by
That would be
mosquitoes.
me.
I have,
They see me and it's like I'm an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah.
It's
I have
really
never
funny.
been bit by a mosquito since I moved here because of the barn swallows. 6 years I've not had a mosquito bite at this
Oh,
property.
wow.
And then if there's flies in the barn, we just close the doors before we go to bed at night, and in the morning there won't be a living thing in there because they're not too proud if you eat a fly, and they got babies to feed.
Oh, wow.
They just prefer mosquitoes. And So these fly predators, we sprinkle them out on the ground all around, and each individual fly predator will walk in a radius of up to 125 feet looking for a fly's egg to lay its egg inside of, and its life cycle is shorter than a fly's life cycle is, so its egg will hatch first, and its egg will eat the fly's egg before the fly's egg hatches.
Oh, wow.
Which seems like a lot of effort to kill one fly at a time,
Yeah.
but when you realize that one female fly can have 800 babies in 45 days,
Oh my
you
gosh.
feel a whole lot better about
What
it.
is the life expectancy of a fly?
45 days.
That, oh, I thought it was 26, so I was way off.
Ooh, ooh.
They're mature in
Okay,
26
are
days.
they okay to touch each other?
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay. They're like, oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
So sloths are solitary animals. They're just curious what's sitting there.
Oh yeah, because I guess they can't see it, yeah.
Can't see, can't smell. Zoe, though, is very jealous of anyone taking her spot. She's like, get away from my spot. And now she's snuggled in there tight because she's like, get away from my spot. This is my person.
And Flash is going in the other room.
And Flash is saying, well, fine, if it's like that.
All the snacks are gone, I'm not getting any attention, peace out.
Yeah. This guy loves to be scratched.
That is adorable.
So if you look at his skin where he doesn't have the shell, see how it's like the beginnings of little shell pieces just all over him? He looks like spotted or armored or whatever.
Yeah.
But you gotta look pretty close.
I don't think he lets you do that.
No, he's good. He likes me scratching. If he didn't like it, he would snap down on my hand and that would be a comfy thing.
No.
Now with them having like the defense mechanism of rolling up in a ball, what is like their natural enemy in them?
Any toothed predator.
Because I guess they can crunch down them easy, especially if it's a larger predator.
You can look up a video online of one of these playing with a squeak toy that it pounces on it, bonk, and it squeaks. You gotta get this guy a squeak toy. My wife just showed that to me last night.
He's like, I take all the back scratches. You good, Zoe?
She chilling. She ate 2 bowls of food. She's happy.
Zoe is living her, these guys are all there living their best life.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
It's pretty good for her because she loves being in the house and she likes to be back down here. House can be kind of loud sometimes.
How many kids you still have living with you?
Two, one full time, one in the summer. He's got his last year of college coming up.
Okay.
I have a daughter in Oklahoma City, a daughter in Kyiv, a daughter in Aviano, Italy, a daughter in Virginia Beach, a son in El Paso, a son here, a son at college at Tennessee Tech, a son in Cleveland.
You're right. You've got kids all over the globe.
You know, you're a silly boy. You're a silly boy. This guy's almost a year old right now. It's funny how much his claws look like the sloth's claws.
Oh, really do. This is live on YouTube, but will it save it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
We'll probably chop up a shorter version and repost it.
okay.
I think YouTube saves for maybe 30 days, so I don't really know exactly how those things work, but Kevin knows.
She's a lot heavier, isn't she?
When I was in Chesapeake, I couldn't understand why they built that massive, massive, massive Dollar General building that takes up a block. And
That's where Dollar General's headquartered in.
yeah,
That's
oh,
their
yeah.
main corporate office.
Now I live down here, you can't, and it's a joke, you can't stick a shovel in the dirt because a Dollar General will pop out.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's the same way it is back home. Cause we're right by the Carolina line, and you cross over, and they'll take a random field, and boom, there's a Dollar General.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 within 7 within 5 miles of here.
Wow.
Like, why?
Was it growing up? We had to drive what 20 minutes to get to a Walmart or a Food
Or a
Line
grocery store.
or any grocery store.
Or worse,
And then in high school, we got a Dollar General, and you know we thought we were coming up in the world.
And now there's probably 4 around us, like you said.
Yeah.
In a 5-mile radius, we have 4 of them.
we're so happy that they just built a food city 2
Oh,
miles from
that was
us.
so nice. We went there yesterday.
Oh yeah, that is a beautiful store.
Yes, very nice.
Before, all we had was Fresh and Low, which we all called Stale and High. It was just a teeny tiny grocery store. And when you pick something off the shelf, you look at the expiration date.
Oh, no.
Mhm.
And now, you know, it's as nice as Publix, that store.
Yeah, that was very nice yesterday.
And their deli is nice. And I'm not a fan of Walmart.
Me either.
I don't like to go where there's that many people.
Mhm.
We met the manager there yesterday because I was wearing a shirt that says, I'm proof that God has a sense of humor. And she's
And
like,
then I had mine on that says common sense, not so common anymore.
yeah, she's like, I gotta read your shirts. And she says, look at all these, do you see all these yellow signs? And she had all those yellow signs out because they cannot sell wine on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
And they can only sell beer after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There are these, she was literally having to monitor all the checkouts and tell people, I can't sell you that, I can't sell you that. She goes, am I the only one that sees these yellow signs I put up? I said, oh, I saw them.
You're a silly boy.
You're okay, Zoe.
You're a silly, silly boy. Silly boy.
You never would have thought of like an armadillo loving scratches. And
True that. I would have never thought that either.
We're liking people.
Mhm.
So where'd you get the camels?
Emerald Coast Zoo in Florida. Emerald Coast Zoo, there's one guy in the country that has many, many, many millions of dollars worth of animals, and his business plan is that he farms the animals out to the zoo by breeding pairs, and the zoo has the free use of the animal to display and whatever, but they have to feed them, vet them, house them, care for them, insure them, everything else. And the guy is in it for the offspring. And so the zoo where our 2 camels were had the rare opportunity to get a pair of rhinos, but they had to have the space the camels were in within a week. So I got a pretty good deal on 2 camels.
Very good.
And then the baby camel came from a breeder up in Kentucky. A
Okay.
white camel.
And the zebra?
Zebra came from a breeder up by Nashville.
Okay. Oh, you
I'm
just
sorry,
looked
Bob.
You look like a ball. That's okay.
The Disney movie one of these is in is El Dorado, and they use him for a ball in the game that they play in the show.
See that?
Never rebuff, never rebuff. That was a funny move.
And I understand which one's pregnant, the donkey or the zebra?
The donkey.
Okay.
Zebra's a boy.
Zebra's a boy. Okay.
And the other zebra just had the baby blackjack. A great big black donkey standing next to her is 2 months old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hard to imagine that coming out of that.
No, we got in late Saturday, not late Saturday, it was still light, thank you, it was still daylight, when we came in. So yesterday, we just walked around and a lot of them came up to the fence to us. The llamas did. I was afraid he was gonna spit at me. But, we did get to walk around and look, we saw the swans, but the folks in the covered wagon, they said, yeah, there's eggs there, so don't get too close to the swans. I said, works for me. So we kept our distance.
The horses all answered it, so do the ponies. The camels answered a hey boo boo. His name is Abu, we call him Boo Boo. Dad
Okay.
follows Abu. And the llamas, the tall one is Cusco, and he's all like, hey Cusco! And he'll
Love
come
it,
to you.
Cusco.
And the alpaca is Kona, and he just follows Cusco around. They're all friendly. And they all will eat, apples or carrots or whatever at the fence.
Oh, there he is, I didn't wanna kick him by mistake. I did not wanna kick him by
And
mistake.
it was the dark brown one is the one that came up to us at the fence.
That's Cusco.
Okay.
The multicolored one is Mama Llama. She stands about 10 feet away and goes, which means I'm not so sure about you. She was 8 years old when she came here. She came from a champion llama breeding farm, and she's like 5 generations on both sides of her papers, every animal on it, grand champions. And then she's got their teeth that only a mother could love, and if their lips don't close over their teeth, it's a disqualifying confirmation fault.
Oh,
So that is a $1,000 llama with a $50,000 pedigree. But we don't intend to show animals here. I mean, we show animals to people. We're not involved in showing. And so we don't really care that she isn't a breeding animal. It's fine. But she was 8 years old when she came here and never been handled by people. So she's kind of,
A little hesitant.
she's a little aloof.
which is understandable.
But berserk llama syndrome means if you have a baby male llama that's raised only around people and not around llamas, it will grow up thinking it's a people. And when it gets 3 years old, it'll want to mount the women and fight the men, at which point you have a berserk llama. And there's nothing you can do about it. And so, me being a farmer, I'm like, so in 3 years, we're going to need a new llama. And my wife being not a farmer is like, no, we need a new llama right now. So that he could be raised with a llama, so he would know he was a llama.
Oh, there you
And
go.
that's how Mama Llama got here.
There you go.
And then Kona is out there so that people can see the difference between a llama and an alpaca. And the key to know if you're not seeing them both at the same time is great big banana shaped ears is a llama and little short straight ears is an alpaca.
Okay.
And
Did
the
not know
llama
that.
has a longer face with not so much hair on their muzzle. An alpaca has a more snubby face with a poof on the end of their neck. And llamas are twice as big as alpacas. Llamas max out around 400, alpacas max out around 175.
Oh, okay.
So the only reason I have an alpaca out there is so you can see and know the difference between llamas and alpacas. If you see them at the same time, you'll always know.
Right.
But if you didn't, you'd be like, llama or
Yeah.
alpaca, who knows?
And Cusco came right up and was sniffing, and then like I had my hand out just like this, and he started rubbing his head against it.
Yeah, just stick your finger in his halter like this so you can stand next to him and take a selfie.
Oh,
And if he starts to put his ears back, just say no, and he won't spit at you.
really?
Yeah, just say no.
Okay, so is that the telltale sign when the ear's back?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he gulped, almost kind of like a burp. And I thought, oh, he's going to spit on me, and I walked back.
He probably did burp.
Okay.
But just if he puts his ears back, you just say no, and he'll be, oh, okay, all right.
Because that's just their defense mechanism, right? Or
Defense, uppity, whatever.
uppity.
Camels don't technically spit. I've never seen it done, but if a camel spits, it's far, far worse than you think. A camel hurls the contents of their stomach with force.
Ooh.
And so you would get it with 7 to 10 gallons of,
Oh, gosh.
as much as 20 feet away.
Oh,
Never seen it done. That's why I have bought trained camels, not whatever. It is. But
This little
They
guy's
can
just
really
shooting
get it.
everywhere.
He gets around.
Hey, buddy. Am I not paying attention to you? Huh? Am I not paying attention to you? Does he make a noise?
No.
Okay.
A little pitter patter in his feet.
That's about it.
Tatum thinks we should name him Princess because he prances around on high heels. Strange name for a boy though.
Yeah.
Maybe a little Lord Fault.
A little Farquaad.
Lord Fault. He's even got the Shrek ears.
He does.
It's funny, I drove a conversion van for years, so I've heard all of the movies behind me. I could quote most of the Disney movies, but I haven't seen hardly any of them. And when you hear them behind you, it's like all the famous people that are on all those movies that when you're not watching it, you know,
Yeah.
like the Beware the Groove, that's Piglet.
Mhm.
And the voice of Piglet is that little guy that is worried that Cusco's gonna act him off his groove. Beware the groove. A lot of really famous people do voiceovers though.
A lot of them. And then you got to the Disney movies to where there were so many adult innuendos, the kids didn't get them, but they
Yeah.
made the movie enjoyable for adults. So,
Oh, it's like watching Shrek as a kid and then watching Shrek as an adult. Two way different experiences. You're just hanging out?
it's like a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission.
Yes, he is.
You have been the highlight of our trip. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. And you, Zoe. And Flash.
She's looking at his own. Or what you sniffing?
So like this morning, we just saw you walking around with Dash. Is that what the staffs do? They just pick him up and he hangs on to your necks and you walk around and.
He went to the bathroom last night and his basket was dirty, so I was carrying him around my neck. But yeah, they go out for walks. But they go out for walks early and late because the sun is too bright in their eyes in the middle of the day.
Okay. This guy's obsessed with your ankles.
I know. But when he starts digging it, it tickles.
He's a funny little guy.
He is that.
The way he walks reminds me of, speaking of cartoons, on The Incredibles. The costume designer,
Edna Mode.
Yeah, Edna Mode, yeah. The way he walks is just like how her little feet would go.
Okay, so I've been looking at Columbo recently, the old 1960s version of Columbo, and there was a show that Edna Mode was the guest star murderer, and I did not, oh man, I just said that word, oh well. And I did, and I'm like, that looks exactly like the woman on The Incredibles, and she was a costumer, and then I Googled it, and yes, the costume designer on The Incredibles was designed after Edna Mode, or whatever her name
Oh,
is,
how cute.
who has more, is it Oscars or Academies for Hollywood people? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Could be either
It
one.
might be Oscars. She has, and on the show of Columbo, they were all like lined up across her desk, and she has more Oscars. When I read this a couple years ago, she has more Oscars than any other person in Hollywood, because I guess for 30 years she was the costume designer. She did the big productions like Ben-Hur and such as that.
Oh, that is so cool that that character on Incredibles was
She
after
is a
her.
little tiny, a long person. Yeah. But it was an episode of Columbo that she was the guest star. She was the bad person on that show.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that was so cool. I love on Incredibles, Edna Mode, Plus one.
Plus one.
Tatum is like sometimes the hero around here. And I said she was gonna have to be careful with her cape, and then I'm like, actually no, we can't get you a cape. Because as a mode it says no
Yes,
capes.
no capes.
No capes.
That's funny.
So boy.
I asked her if she ever had a bad day at work. She said, nope. So sometimes people can be a little frustrating, but I said, God, I can imagine. It's like it is every day, but I can't imagine working with these guys every day. That would be awesome.
Just animals in general.
True that.
Awesome.
True that.
She's just like cuddled right in.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I gotta get ready for my afternoon events.
Oh, we understand. Oh, it's already 1:23.
What y'all think of being sloth keeper of the day?
Oh, awesome.
I gotta go get his basket out. Take him back to the house.
You're gonna go to the house. You're gonna go to the house. Yes, you are. Front door. What? No, at our front door at home.
Delivery. To anyone. Probably dad's in the basement.
Okay.
What's up, darling? Did you just hear him leave? Oh, we're gonna go back for a hug. Okay. If we must. We'll cover right back up.
Hey, little boy. Yeah, she's snoozing. She's snoozing.
She's awake. She's just chilling.
Yeah. That's what we do. We chill. We just
She's
chill.
just chilling.
What about Dylan?
What about Dylan? Yeah. Oh.
Those cameras are fast, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Dash.
And what? That's awesome. That we can use those. Oh, 150%. 150%.
All right, baby Dash, you ready to go home and see Mom?
Okay, Dad.
Come on, buddy boy. Get your snuggies in
Like I'm
there.
going for a ride.
So tonight we come down to the same place for the.
Ooh, it's
that
okay,
was loud.
Zoe. It's okay.
Hog Island's that barn right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Zozo, come here, baby. And then when I put her down, I have to put her down and run. She's gonna be like, which means hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me.
Where's Flash?
Come here, baby girl. Oh, girl.
Say Boku's trying to escape now. They're both trying to escape.
Oh.
Yes,
Well,
they
John, This
are.
has been fantastic. Fantastic.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yes.
Glad you joined us today.